Testing, both audio levels look good. I think we're recording. I don't know what we're recording on, seeing as how my SD card is still in my pocket. Hope I don't forget it. Anyways. Got myself a nice warm cup of coffee because it's cold. Decided to just get the jacket out. Yeah, the sun coming in through you. Oh, should I, hopefully this works. Ooh, it's cold. Oh, my little noggin. Okay, so, I guess this week's video is gonna be a little different. I've tried filming this like 3 times already this week. See what we get. My mom's probably gonna kill me for using this scene because she hates that. All this. So Eric, why are you sitting on the floor and not on the chair that's right behind you? I don't know, lighting? Well, I don't know how well this is gonna work. I guess let's crank it up to 11. And true to form, every time I do it, I'm not very wild about what it is that I don't know, just the content that I'm creating in my attempt to create a vlog and just be sort of unscripted, I guess, or you know, not necessarily just showing you like a direct tutorial of something, but I feel like for a while I've wanted to try and give you a bit more of just like a pretty personal look at, I guess, my experience, or just kind of what's been going on in the background around this van project, and kind of I guess my personal life in general. I don't know. And I suppose this is a topic that I just have a hard time with. I, for the most part, am quite introverted. I'm not really an extroverted person. Probably shouldn't hit my mic. And in general, I have pretty high social anxiety. And so just kind of like combining those elements with the idea of sharing kind of like personal information just creates all kinds of internal conflict for me. But I figure if I'm going to try and do this YouTube thing and try and do it seriously, then I'm gonna I'm gonna have to get personal at some point here. So I don't know, I figure my goal for this week has just been to, like I said, try and get some kind of like a personal oriented vlog type video out, and maybe I'll hate it and it'll be the one and only, and maybe I'll take it down at some point, but at least for this week I'm gonna go ahead and try and post it. And so I figured I would give kind of an update. I have been staying at my mom and my stepdad's place in this tiny town. I don't think I even want to say, just because it is so tiny that it wouldn't take too much to find them. But this tiny town in Utah, and oh my. Side note, the starter battery on these transit vans is not enough. Just, if you don't drive the thing like every day, when it just decides to turn on its ambient lights, I'm not doing anything else, but I know that just from the included systems, it has like a built-in modem and some other things that it'll power when it turns the lights on. It just turns on everything, constantly killing the main battery, which as you saw in the swivel seat video, that one battery, this is like a brand new vehicle. It's 4,000 miles and it's already died on me, I think 3 or 4 times now, to where I don't trust it to be parked for longer than about 3 days to be able to come back to it and feel like it's gonna start. And so I actually have, I ended up having to buy, I don't know, you can't really even see, but this is a NOCO, N-O-C-O battery jump. Oh. Ooh. Coffee almost spilled. Golly. There we go. Now this boy has saved my bacon several times now, and I would absolutely recommend it. It's quite compact, so when you buy it, it'll come like this. It doesn't come in a case, but you can buy, they do make an optional case. If lighting can even really show what's going on here, kind of. It's a hard shell case. It does fit into the case quite nice, so obviously I opted to buy the case, but really you could get by with just this bad boy. And I had a different jump start that I had bought at like Costco. Yeah, so I'd had a, let's get the coffee again. I had had a different jump start that I bought at Costco that just was not able to jump this van. Every time I tried, the first couple of times that I tried, actually here, I still have it. So for reference, this is the other jump start that I bought at Costco. I mean, just from a size standpoint, you can see so much smaller. Also, I had a hard time with these cables even reaching the correct jump points on these vehicles, because as you know, the battery's under the seat, and so you're not connecting to the battery directly. You're connecting to kind of like these, I don't know, quick access terminals under the hood. But the ground is actually on the chassis of the vehicle, and so to go from that quick access to the chassis, it's about 18 inches thereabouts, maybe a little less, and that thing, A, couldn't even reach it, and B, if the battery wasn't 100% charged, fully charged, it wouldn't even attempt to turn it over. If you did have it fully charged, it would attempt, it would click for like 3 seconds, then stop, and then that little charger in that that attempt would drain from 100% to about 30% battery just instantly. And then you had to charge it somewhere for, I don't know, hours before you could even try and jump another vehicle. So all in all, was not remotely compatible with these big transit vans. I guess the engine's too big. But like I said, that massive Noco one, it's worked great. I've actually already jumped the van twice with it, and it still says it's full. So I haven't even had to recharge it. So yeah, total side note there. I don't know if I'll include that, but yeah, the starter battery, it all came up because the lights popped on, and so I was just like, oh, you stupid van. I think I might have to get like 2 batteries, just so that it has more battery power. I'm worried that the current battery is actually getting damaged at this point, that it keeps dropping below a certain voltage threshold to where it's not able to start the battery. I know that's not good for those lead acid batteries, and you know, the more that it happens. So I'm hoping that like it'll be within warranty, that I can go back to Ford and say, hey, like the battery's already, I'm pretty sure it's toast, and it's just their own vehicle systems that's totally draining it. If you're not driving this thing every, I don't know, like I said, at least every couple days is my guess. Anyway, so yeah, I've been living in this, I've been staying at my parents' house, my mom and my stepdad, in this tiny town, and I am so grateful, honestly, that they've let me stay here, because I would not have been able to have, you know, the amount of time that it's taken me to just learn the software editing, to this new video editing program that I'm using, kind of get more familiar with my gear, and have the space to work on the van, to do what I've done thus far. Like, it just wouldn't have been possible without my mom letting me stay here. So shout out to Mom and Reed. Thank you, Reed. I'm sure Reed's had a splendid time with me being, you know, staying in their house. They're definitely not used to having someone else, and so every now and then I'll just say hi to them or whatever, and they'll think that they're alone, and I'll scare them on accident. At least in the beginning it was on accident. Now it's become kind of a thing, but to me, I find it quite enjoyable, but I'm sure they're tired of me spooking them. So anyway, But as wonderful as it has been to be here, it has not been without difficulty. There's not really that much space for me to actually work outside of the van to try and work on any other materials and, you know, I guess components. One of the things I've been worried about is the flooring, for example. I don't really have a workshop or anywhere to paint, you know, or prime the plywood boards and then have them dry and not just be outside and then just getting, you know, dust and dirt blown on them, and among other just kind of issues. If I work on something, I get all my tools out, I'm just gonna be doing this outside, I have to put them all back away, and it's just like one of those things where, you know, when you have a hurdle to even start the project, knowing that it's like, oh, I have to get all my tools out and I don't, you know, it's gonna be quite the hassle, plus then I'm gonna have to clean them and put them all back, you know, gonna end up spending half my day just in the, you know, pulling out the tools and putting them all back. And then I just don't even do it because I'm like, oh, you know, what else can I do that's more efficient, or, you know, that doesn't take that much time? Plus, I've needed to do the editing, and so it's worked out so far. You know, I've gotten to where I've learned the editing program pretty well, but I've got some next steps that I need to start taking, and also the change in weather. I've been super lucky. I mean, it's like the middle of November, and to be frank, like, sure, I've got a jacket on, but it could be so much colder. It should be, we should be in like 2 feet of snow right now. And all of this, I guess, is to say, how long have I been talking? Blah, 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 Eric, just, anyway. All this is to say that I think there are some changes that are about to happen. When I first was considering doing my van build in Utah, the whole point, or I guess not the whole point, but one of the main draws for me to come to Utah was that my dad has a wood shop here in Utah. It's actually up in Lehi, where he has his business, and it's a full-blown wood shop. They also have room inside their building that, at least on like weekends when they're not working, I can pull the van in and work on it in an inside area where it's not super hot, super cold. And also, my older brother is offered to kind of help me with some of the projects. There's some things where I just need a second set of hands. And so I've got, you know, I've bought a new awning, for example, that I need to hook up to my roof rack. Fiamma awning, it's 13, I think it's like the 13.5 foot long one. It bolts directly to the flatline Vanco roof rack that I've got, so there's no hardware. It should interface super easy, but that awning weighs about 90 pounds, and like I said, it's 13 feet long, and trying to haul that thing up myself, you know, on a ladder and then try and secure it, it's just, yeah, something that you really kind of want a second set of hands. So these next few projects that you're gonna see are probably gonna be up north at my dad's wood shop, and with the assistance of my older brother. So yeah, some changes coming. That means I need to kind of pack. I'm not really sure how I'm gonna be doing this. I'm gonna be staying at my brother's for, I don't know, an undetermined amount of time, but I think it's probably just gonna be like a couple weeks, at least in the beginning. I don't even know if it's gonna be like 2 whole weeks to start with, but some amount of time where I'm probably gonna do most of the projects there and then come back to my mom's, do all the editing here, load up materials for the next few projects, and then go back and kind of do this little 2 weeks there, 2 weeks here, or something like that. That's what I'm envisioning. I'm not really sure. So yeah, that's the next chapter. That's the next anticipated steps. If you guys haven't already, if this is something that you think you're interested in, by all means hit that subscribe button. If you hit the bell notification, that'll notify you when I post future videos. I'm aiming to do these once a week, posting either on Friday or Saturday. Right now it seems to be Saturday because just every time I get everything done, it's way too late on Friday night, so Saturday. But yeah, if you'd like to see anything specific in the future, if you want me to get into any details, let me know in the comments, and I'll do my best to either answer your comments or make a video reply. Anyways, thank you guys so much. See you next time.